Hi everyone, it's Chat with Kat. I'm so glad to be back with you today. Oh my gosh. So, as you know, my book Redeemed has come out and I am so floored by the response. Thank you so much. Redeemed, this is not the official copy. I've ordered mine. It should be here in another week or so, but oh my gosh, I'm so excited that you've taken the chance to read this book. Oh, you're going to love it. I just love it. Okay. So, as you notice, I am in a different location in my house because we're moving in a couple days. And so, yeah, that's what's happening. Okay, I'm so excited to share with you. I thought, I've done quite a few planner videos, and I thought, well, maybe I should share a little bit about my history. What got me started with writing? Well, it's kind of a lifelong story. I come from a broken home. My parents divorced before I was 2 or 3, I think. No, maybe 4, but they divorced when I was young, just a toddler, and so we grew up in a house with, I had 4 siblings, 3 sisters and a brother, and my mom. We grew up in Colorado, and let me just say that my childhood was not the greatest. My mom did the best that she could. She had 5 kids to feed on her own. And so she put herself through college and work and trying to raise 5 kids on her own. So God bless her little heart. She did the best that she could, but some things kind of got lost in the mix. And one of that was a lot of quality time with the kids. And so me and my siblings, we grew up pretty much on our own. We did everything on our own. And I was always an introverted child, shy, kind of standoffish, and it didn't help that I was bullied at school horrendously, physically assaulted as part of that, and so I kind of grew up separate. I didn't have any friends really, a few neighborhood kids, but they were mostly my younger sister's friends. I was the second youngest, and so being that way, I retreated to books. They were my escape. They were a way to get out of my life and experience things that I never thought I would ever do. And so I devoured books. I remember reading Clan of the Cave Bear. I read Stephen King. I read, gosh, so many books. I can't even tell you how many books. I just devoured books from a young age. And so that led me to writing naturally. And so I wrote my first novel when I was I think I was in 4th or 5th grade, and it was about 2 foxes. And I found it recently. I have it packed right now because we're getting ready to move, but like I said, so I wrote this little 20-page novel. I illustrated it myself. Yeah, it was really cute. One day I'll share it. It's like I said, I packed it. But yeah, so I wrote my first novel. I started writing poetry, different things like that. And then we moved a lot as a child, so mainly in Colorado. And so when I was 15, I started writing a novel, and I actually finished it. It was a wild adventure about some kids that got stranded in the woods, and they developed this huge colony, and I don't know, it was glorious, except for when I was 16, I moved from Colorado to Arizona, and during that process, I lost the book. Back then, we didn't have computers. It just wasn't a part of our life, and so, yeah, so I lost the book, and I was really sad, but that's okay, because I found out that I'm still creative, I'm still thinking. So then, I graduated high school, I got married, I had a son, and we homeschooled, and I started writing, picking at a novel, just here and there, squeezing it into my life as I could. And so when I got to 2009, 2008, I think it was 2008, I actually decided to finish the novel. So I did. I finished it, and I was thinking to myself, what am I supposed to do with this now? I mean, okay, I finished it, woohoo! But nobody had read it, and so I went on the internet and I searched. I tried to find different publishing companies that might take it, and everyone that I looked at said they didn't take unsolicited manuscripts, that I would need an agent. I had no idea how to do that. So one company that I found, Tate Publishing, they said they do take a limited amount of unsolicited manuscripts. So I sent it to them, and when I wrote them, I said, the only thing I want is critique and edit, kind of like a feedback on what it was. And so weeks go by and I haven't heard anything. Now I'm in my early 20s, and so weeks go by, I haven't heard anything. I'm thinking, okay, they probably never got it, or they got it and they threw it in the trash and whatever. And then we went to the P.O. box, and there was a big envelope there from Tate Publishing, and I thought, oh, well, they've obviously returned my manuscript and they don't like it. But I opened it up, and it was an offer for them to publish my book. I was thrilled. I couldn't believe it. The first person that I sent it to, they wanted to publish my book. That was so amazing to me. Yeah, so we went forward with it. There are some things that I wish I had known at the time. They did require me to pay a pretty hefty fee to get it published. Not being familiar with the publishing industry at the time, I thought that's how it was done. I didn't realize that Tate Publishing was actually a vanity press, sort of, so to speak. And so the difference is that publishing houses are supposed to do all the stuff. There's no cost to the author. Well, I didn't know that, but at the same time, I didn't care, because I was thrilled that I actually had the opportunity to get my book published. So in 2009, my book came out, Never Forsaken. It took me 20 years to write, but the interesting thing is it almost wasn't there, because, okay, so let me backtrack a little bit. So I wanted to finish my book, right? So I got down to the final chapter, the last few paragraphs of the chapter. I was almost done. I saved it, because we had a computer, but it was you saved things to floppy disk back then, and so there wasn't these USB flash drives and everything. So I saved it to the floppy. I went to bed, and I woke up in the morning eager, ready to get it finished. I popped that flash drive in, and it was corrupted. I lost the entire thing. 20 years of work down the drain. I was so disheartened, so sad. I just sat there and cried for days. And so I told my friend, who worked for a print shop kind of thing, or she knew some people who worked in a print shop, and she said, no, don't throw it away, because I was going to throw it away. I was so disheartened. And she knew about the book. She knew about the struggles and all that I had tried to get it through. And so she said, no, wait. Give me the floppy, and I have some friends who might be able to retrieve it. And I thought, okay, we'll see. So thank God I did that, because 2 weeks later, they returned it to me. They had managed to retrieve 95% of my book. Oh, what a relief. I cried for days again. I thank God that I did that. So anyway, so I almost lost the book. And so for those of you who are authors, you know what a tragedy that is when you worked on something so long and so hard and you lose it. So yeah, so with Tate Publishing, I published it in 2009, and then I originally published it under my initials KJ Wereb, because I thought I had this weird dream of, oh, how cool. Well, it proved to be kind of difficult because most people know me as Kathy, and so they'd go look for it and they wouldn't find Kathy Wereb, they'd find KJ, and then they'd ask me, is that you, and blah blah blah. And so I was thinking, well, I need to change that. And so I asked Tate Publishing if I could do that, and they said, sure, you can change your name, but it would cost you another fee to change your name. And I thought, well, I already spent a considerable amount of money on this publishing. I can't afford, I mean, that's the way they do things with that company, and that's fine. But I personally, I couldn't afford another $500 to $1,000 to change just the way my name is spelled on the cover. And so my husband and I discussed it, we prayed about it, and we decided to, well, at first I didn't know what to do. And so I was talking to another friend of mine, Kathy Curlin, who is also an author, and she said, no, you should go to Amazon, because Amazon you can publish for free. And I was thinking, really? Okay, so my husband and I decided, we pulled the book from Tate Publishing. We thankfully their contract was pretty open-ended. If I ever wanted to dissolve our partnership, then they would transfer all the rights of the book back to me, and that's what they did. And so we parted ways, and I am so grateful for that experience. It's taught me a lot. But now I'm on to Amazon, and so I went to Amazon in 2015. I republished the book. I did my own cover and re-edited it, and got it done and published it again. And so that is how I got started in publishing. And then I went on to write the other 2 novels in the trilogy. Originally, Never Forsaken wasn't going to be a trilogy. It was just going to be one book. But then one of the women, Jody, who read my book, she asked me, I worked with her, and so she asked me almost daily when I was going to make a sequel to it. And that got me to thinking, maybe I could make a sequel, because I did kind of leave the ending a little open-ended. And then, yeah, Lizzie's story was born, and then Taylor's. And so with Redeemed, I've written 4 novels. It's been a wild ride. So that is how I came into being an author and writing. It's been a tremendous blessing. There are people that I've met in this community that are so sweet, so helpful, and it's just amazing to me how awesome people can be. But there are also some lessons that I learned. So, for instance, you have to believe in yourself. You can't give up. And so I guess that's what the big message behind this video is no matter what your dream is, don't give up. I thank God that He gave me the ability and the talent to write, and also to do art and things like that. But maybe your talent is something else. Whatever it is, trust God for it. I'm telling you, you can do it. It's amazing what can happen if you put your mind to it. So yeah, I guess that's all I have to say about that today. I'm just amazed. So everyone for watching, for taking this chance to to listen to my story, I guess. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, do all that jazz. And if you haven't purchased a copy yet, go to Amazon. I will provide the link in the description below. Pick up your copy of Redeemed. And for those of you who have bought Redeemed, please leave me a review on Amazon once you're finished reading it, an honest review to let me know what you thought of it. Yeah, so that's it for today. I will see you next week. Bye.